Yeah, now I finally think that I have the time to draw.
Hey!
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, it's been a while since I've made any content at all. What I've mostly been drawing are just some characters and just having fun with my art, cause sometimes social media can be a little bit depressing. So for a comeback I was thinking to do something like a challenge, where I will put my anime list in this wheel of names. So most of the shows are back from the Weeb days, so there'll probably be some really weird stuff there that I don't even remember, and I'll probably regret. And whatever I get from this wheel, I'll try to find a screenshot from the show and just recreate it, redraw it in my style, make my own version of it, and that's about it. I just hope I don't get something fucked up. That's fucked up. I remember this one. Did I say that it was a bad idea? Let's just hope I'll find something family friendly. Okay, I think I found the one. Actually dodged a bullet there. And it's pretty cool with the raven on the elbow, so let's go. So the artworks that I'm gonna do now, they're gonna look a little bit different than what I'm used to drawing, because now I'm in a phase where I'm more into the comic book style, manga style of drawings, especially the inking stage. I try to improve on that since I've always avoided it, because inking sometimes could be scary. And most of all, I'm just experimenting, trying to find new ways to improve my art. And so I gave her and the raven red eyes because I thought that would be better since the whole scene is blue. I mean, it kinda makes her an Itachi fan or something like that, but it gives her and the raven a little bit of contrast, so it turned out pretty well for a first one. Okay, let's see the next one. I think prison school was the most dangerous one, but then again, I don't remember some of the shows on the list, so I could be in for a surprise, who knows. Ooh, it's actually so close to High School of the Dead. Kakigurui. Oh, that was the one with the gambling, where they made extremely and weird faced expressions. Okay, let's go with this one. It's in a slightly different angle, and it has a story to it. And it's not what you think. In this challenge, I really wanted to stay as mostly faithful as the original reference as I could, without changing the perspective angle if I felt I needed to change it to make it more interesting, or without adding new characters, or even without adding a background, which that made me make another drawing. Because in the beginning I tried to avoid one of the weird face expressions that they make from the show, but that's the most iconic thing, and this wouldn't be a challenge if I didn't at least try to draw one of them. And I chose to draw Mary Saotome because I think it's the most normal looking one and the coolest. I mean, I didn't push the face expression that much as it is in the show, and that was intentional. Oh shit! I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Oh! Okay! Let's go! Noragami is actually one of my favorites. So this is one of the most iconic screenshots from Noragami that I know of, and I'm gonna recreate the whole thing. So first I did the background, which was a simple 1-point perspective, and I really wanted to have two versions of this drawing, one that was black and white with only inks, and another one which was fully painted. Normally I'll just ignore the inks, but again I'm trying to challenge myself to do the inks better. And the thing that I've messed up, at least on the inking, is that I didn't have much line variation on the background, and so I wasn't able to convey much of an atmospheric perspective, which basically means that the things that are far away from us are less visible. But in the end I managed to fix that by erasing slightly some of the buildings that are far away with the soft brush. And since I didn't talk about most of the coloring stage, here's just a quick animation that I managed to do. This is actually my first animation, I'm super proud of it. I just imagine you can just put a lofi music and just watch it and vibe with it endlessly. And then you realize that it's not as impressive as you thought it was. And then you start questioning your life. And what was left is just finishing up Yato and put it all together.
The real trick to learning, you gotta draw the stuff. There, the pillow book says Shonagon, Hojuki's Kama no Jome, and Sorizora Guzas Yoshiro Kenko.
Okay, let's do one last one. I really want to get an anime which has more dynamic shots, like for example Attack on Titan. I don't know. Or Gurren Lagann, okay. Believe in the me that believes in you. Let's see what we can find. You know, I can always draw Yoko for the views. I really like the expressions. But let's find something more appropriate. Okay, I think I found the one. It looks a bit challenging and the whole theme is in there, so let's go. As the challenge went along, I really tried to find the sweet spot between the black inks and my more painterly approach that I'm used to. I've experimented a lot. You could say that my style isn't completely found yet, which, hey, some of you are not alone in this. And to be honest, I really just don't get bothered by this famous question in the art community. To find your style, instead of depressing over how much better the artists you follow are than you, try to analyze their work. Find the things you like about them and experiment. It's a trial and error process and your taste will change over time, which is completely normal. That's how we evolve as people. Like Pokemons. And in the end, the most important thing is just having fun while doing this. Damn, this turned inspirational rather quickly. Okay, so I apologize if this is like shot from the Batcave, but hey, I work with what I have. What are you gonna do? So now I'm gonna show you this cool program if you have an iPad, which is called VizRef. I think it's a couple of bucks. It wasn't a free program. It's a reference program for the iPad, but the cool thing about this program, it could also contain GIFs. And I found this GIF of Yoko, which is basically the animatic from the original animation. And what an animatic, from my knowledge, is that it contains the most drastic and important shots without the in-betweens, which are a lot. So it's basically like 4 frames that are looping. And as you can see, the cool thing about this program is that if you import a GIF, you can get all the single frames from the GIF. So I have all the 3 or 4 frames from this GIF, and now I can study it, redraw it, analyze it, whatever. And here's the finished animation, which as you can see is a lot more fluid, and that's because it has a lot more frames. So I'm gonna do something in between, which is kind of relatively simple to the animatic, but it's fully colored like the original and has few more frames in between. So this is what I'm working on, and so far so good. I'll try to finish it up and see what will happen. So while I was doing this, I realized that this could be such a beneficial practice to do anatomy studies or figure drawings or face expressions like an animation. Because first and foremost, it's a fun challenge. Secondly, I think you will remember it more since you've drawn it so many times. And the last thing is you will have an animation, which is always cool. It's definitely not an easy thing, and I'll definitely have to try it sometime. And here's my first fully colored, fully done, finished animation attempt study. I mean, it has its flaws, but it's definitely a step up from the Noragami one. So this is it. These are all the drawings that I did for this challenge. Let me know in the comments which one you liked or if you didn't like any of them. And you can also try this challenge with your own anime list. You can probably get something cool that you really want to draw, or something not so cool that you don't really enjoy that much. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.